I just finished clearing all of this land here in the entertainment district, and that's because I wanted to start today's episode by building more stuff than I've ever built in one episode. Are you ready? I'm ready. If you're joining us for the first time, we've been building a city, episode 21, but don't worry, you don't need to watch the episodes in any particular order. It looks like I've got all my building supplies gathered up and ready to go here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the city. My name is BubLimeYo. Let's get to building. We're gonna start down here on this end, next to the lovely pink flower shop that we built in the last episode, and we're going to move right on down the line, filling in all the empty lots of land we have available. This first one is gonna be kind of easy. It's got roughly the same height and width as the flower shop that we just finished, and the same number of floors. So in a lot of ways, I'm just copying that building over. Starting by putting down some of the ground floor, this is going to help me nail down the shape, the diagonal outline of the building. Then I'm going to move on to the walls. Firstly, the back walls. And I get to skip one of them since it shares a wall with the flower shop. These back walls won't be seen from the street, so they don't need an elaborate decoration or a fancy paint job. I'm just going to use something plain like bricks. Regular bricks this time to contrast with the nether bricks that we used on the flower shop. And in this gap in the back wall, I'm going to install an elevator shaft, a water elevator shaft. Elevator shafts in real life buildings have very thick walls. They're made out of very strong materials like poured concrete with no windows or anything, so to get that look, I'm using stone. The honey blocks are for the water elevator. Before moving on, I make sure I've installed my upper floors, and where the elevator shaft is exposed on the inside of the building, I cover it up with some wood paneling, dark oak trapdoors. And now we're finally to everyone's favorite part, at least my favorite part of building, the face of the building. For the ground floor, I'm choosing darker blocks, black concrete powder and gray concrete. Deep slate tiles and bricks and polished deep slate also work really well. And for hints of color, green terracotta and dried kelp block. The darkness of the ground floor is going to provide us with a really nice contrast with the upper floors. I'm making a brief transition with mushroom stem, and then it's going to be quartz blocks all the way up. I love these neat and tidy little window frames made out of the iron trap doors and end rods. And I'm sure you're wondering why I've added cauldrons to this building. Well, this funky thing with the cauldrons and the bone blocks and the diorite blocks, these are going to be columns, elaborate columns, decorating the facade of the building. In the last episode, I talked a little bit about my inspiration for the flower shop, and my inspiration for the flower shop was cast iron skyscrapers in Soho, New York City. Well, those same kind of buildings inspired this building that I'm making. And in fact, they inspired several of the buildings that we're making today. I'm using one image in particular for this building that I'm working on right now. This building has these stunning ornate columns running the entire face of the building. And at the top of the columns, there are these links between them, connecting them at the top. I think they're called spandrels. I found a way to recreate those here. At the top of each column, one block of chiseled stone. Then, coming out of either side of the chiseled stones, I place these grindstones sideways with the stems pointing away. After the grindstones come lightning rods. Ideally, the lightning rods would come together face to face, but that's not possible since this is a diagonal building. But what I can do is have them come face against these copper slabs. And there we have the spandrels all connected. The face of the building is done. Moving on to the roof. The roof has got a big hole, and I'm gonna fill it with a skylight using green, brown, and light blue glass. I want this skylight to look like a dome from every angle, so I'm gonna use this little trick that I learned while I was building my aviary. I'm placing carpets to outline the curves of the dome in a connect the dots sort of fashion. This accents the shape of the dome. Without them, a freestanding glass dome like this can look like it's just a big blob. And now we've completed the first building of the day. Isn't it nice? We're well away on our mission of transforming the entertainment district. Now where this next building stands, the street is going to turn 45 degrees in the direction of the Marina District, which means this building is going to be a bit triangular in shape. And the front of the building is going to be half diagonal and half flat. You can see I've started with a little bit of the building's footprint and one of the back walls, another plain wall, this time in deep slate. Between this building and the last one we just built, there's a little bit of a gap. So for this building's other back wall, I'm going to use brick to complement the other building. And halfway up, I'm going to add this little patch of terracotta. It's meant to look like an old faded advertisement that was painted on the side of the building at one point. And this is where my troubles began. I kept coming up short on the blocks that I needed for building. And when I went back to my shulker boxes, somehow they weren't there. Like, I know I gathered enough cut sandstone for this part of the building, but somehow it just went missing. At least I had some leftover quartz, and it does just the same thing really, so it wasn't a big deal. So I continued the wall the rest of the way up, transitioning into some stone and tuff for variety. With the walls done, it's time to do the floors. This building is taller than the last two along this avenue, so it's going to have 4 stories instead of 3. I've got the ground floor put in, and now I am installing the lift system. Nothing too technical here, just a ladder. And then 3 floors of spruce slabs. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but we're not doing any of the interiors until we've completed all the buildings. Now all that's left on this skinny triangular tower is the face and the roof. You've probably noticed that there's a theme here with the faces of these buildings. Bright, solid colors that pop out from the skyline. So far, we have a lovely pastel pink and a creamy white. This building will be blue-green, and I'm going a little bolder than the pastels we chose before. I'm choosing more saturated colors. Cyan concrete, green terracotta, more saturated colors, and deeper colors with the dark prismarine blocks. And as we had with the last building, I want the ground floor to contrast with the upper floors, so I'm outlining it in a deep red. For these window frames, I'm using prismarine walls. These chains will accent the outer frame of the building. Before we call it quits on the upper floors, I want to add some flower boxes. What do you think the purpose of this building is going to be? Finally, the crown of the building. And then we build the roof. A simple skylight made out of mangrove trapdoors, and a cute little water tower. And there is the second building of the day complete. We're halfway there. Are my missing block issues going to keep happening? Probably. But whatever, we've got 2 buildings done, and this next one is going to be even bigger than those 2 combined. The first thing that I'm doing is working on the footprint of this building, which starts with doing a bunch of digging, putting down the sidewalk around the edge of the building, replacing a bunch of the grass that I dug up where the building will actually go, and putting down a ground floor. And I made it out of there just in time. Some idiot creeper decided to just show up and try to do a stealth kill on me and blow up all my stuff, and it's not happening. Now I'm on my way to get this building actually started, so let's do it. And the building is going to have street fronts on 3 sides. So there are no back walls on this building really, but it will share some wall with the last building we made. So it makes the most sense to me to build this one from the inside out. The innermost layer is going to be a standard skyscraper-looking frame. So far along this avenue, we have a pink building, a white building, and an aqua bluish-green building. So for this building, I'm choosing pastel blue. Light blue. On the ground floor, concrete powder and wool, and up from there, concrete. And for the next layer, that's right, I'm building with ice, packed ice and blue ice. It may seem a bit unorthodox to some of you, but you can't argue with the results. Paired with the light blue blocks beneath, it gives our building a wonderful pastel blue color, and the texture makes the building almost shimmer. And then for the final layer of the building, we're sticking on theme with ornate columns. I'm going with the diorite wall for columns here. This building is kind of big, and I'm sure you get the idea, so I'm gonna skip a little bit. With the walls complete and the roof mostly done, it's time to add the floors. There's 4 stories here, and we have the ground floor done already. And the top story I'm going to leave open and empty so that the 3rd floor gets double the ceiling height. That means we have to install 2 floors and 2 staircases. I'm going to make the staircases white out of quartz to blend in with the rest of the building, but the 2 floors, I want them to contrast with the building, while also being pastel colors. So for the 1st floor, I'm choosing cherry slab, and for the 2nd floor, I'm choosing purple brick. I'm making so much progress. Okay, one more thing to add before we do the roof. I feel in some instances when you have a really big building face like this, you need a point of interest to break it up a little bit so it's not monotonous. The inside of this building is getting dangerous. I should have put some torches down. Right, so I'm adding something to the face of this building. It's going to be a fire escape. If I can figure out trap doors, I'm really struggling. Okay, there you go. And the fire escape is done. I'm happy with that. I know I said we would be working on the roof and finishing this building after this, but staring at this, something felt off, and I realized it's because these windows are so bare. So what I'm doing now is adding some shades. And this is so simple and effective. All you need is mushroom stem and spruce trap door. Just fill in each window with how many ever rows of mushroom stem desired, and then cap them off with a couple of trap doors. Some of the windows don't even need mushroom stem, just the trap doors. Skipping the uppermost floor of windows, after all, there's not actually a floor up there. Those windows are just for letting in some indirect light. And now it's going to look as if each window has had their shades pulled down to a different length. Very subtle. Okay, this mob situation is out of hand. Officially. Sorry, gang, but you're not gonna get to see me finish these shades on camera. We're on to the roof of this building, finally. Just a few black wool and light blue stained glass, and we're going to have a glass ceiling. Sprinkling a few daylight detectors to look like solar panels or something like that. On the other end, I'm adding a satellite antenna in a shade of blue to match the building. And now for the special edition, the pièce à la résistance. A great big water tower with a funny little top. Now I do this the wrong way first, so just ignore this. Yes, you have to place the minecart down and then the wall. I'm breaking out the redstone box from the ender chest. Gotta get the wall set down one block above where you want it. And now this should work. See how that works? Okay, we're not done yet, but I need to see this glamour shot of what I've built so far. Oh! It's not for my ego. We're in the home stretch of building now. And I just have to say, if you're still watching the video, and you have to be if you're hearing this, I love it that you enjoy watching me do what I do. And you should really subscribe. Now I've cut down some trees here and leveled this out a little bit. It makes me sad to see this field so empty and boring now, but it was necessary. I'm using my go-to block for sidewalk, smooth stone slab, and once I have them all placed down, you'll see here how I've outlined this final city block. This lot is almost the same size as the last building we made, just a little bigger. But I'm not going to be making another building as big as the last one. No, I'm going to subdivide this lot into several smaller lots. So instead of having one great big building taking up the entire city block, I'm going to have several smaller buildings clustered together on this block. And the first of those buildings I'm going to make right here on the corner. It's so much smaller than the last building, I have to get used to building on such a small scale again. You may have noticed I'm no longer building in the same style as all of the other buildings along this avenue in the entertainment district, with the pastel colors and the ornamental columns and such. I decided to break away from that here, and I'm going to make each building on this block unique. This one-story building is made mostly out of sandstone, and it has distinctive arches in its windows. I want the awning of this building to have a very gentle slope, so I'm placing carpets, then snow layers, then trap doors. And for the roof, I'm going to use a contrasting block to the sandstone, weathered copper, to make a very shallow vaulted roof. That little building is done, so we're moving on to the next one. No time for resting! And I guess we're not ready for building either, because I keep on not being able to find the blocks that I need. Okay, we're back. This building's gonna really stick out. Gray concrete, gray wool, funky shapes. It's going to be a chic, modern house. And lucky enough, the deep slate that I'm using as the partition wall between these two buildings works really well with this block palette. Was it luck or was it planned? Moving on to the end of the city block, we have a small garden wall here. You'll see how that plays into the build later. And on the other side, I'm erecting a 2-story brick wall of a building. And that's all I need to build of this building, because this one has been torn down. And all that was left was one wall and an empty lot. And that one wall was left behind because sandwiched in this space here, it was holding up another building. On this face of that building, where we have the garden wall surrounding the little yard, I'm gonna make a quaint, cute little cottage with a sloping mud brick roof. And on the opposite face of this building, I'm going to do something really different. A 2-story, more urban design with a really beat up paint job. Oh, only one more building to go. The city is gonna look so different after all of this is done. I can't wait to see it. Okay, all the other buildings on this block have been kind of short, so I'm gonna make this last one kind of tall. First thing I'm doing is pillaring up here, and then I'll build everything else, the floors, the windows, etc., off of these pillars. I'm tackling this one from the outside in, since this tall building is not as thick and layered as any of the other tall buildings that we've made today. At the same time, I'm working out this brick shop front to put on the face of the building on the ground floor. And then we have to put in the second floor and a little more window and wall detail. Some more detail around the roof, darker blocks to draw your eyes up. On the ground floor, instead of having walls, I'm going to place these big sheets of glass to look like shop windows. And any moment now, I can feel it. It's coming. It's done. Oh man. Look, my little chickadees. Look at these. I told you all in the last episode of B.L.Y, Bub loves you, never forget that this was going to be a 2-part building saga. And sure enough, I delivered, or what? Not one magnificent, glorious new building, not 2, not 3, but 4 new magnificent, glorious buildings here in the city, and a few extra little magnificent buildings to boot. Inventory clog. Oh, my head is spinning. Okay. I've got to put all these things away, and then there's more work to do. Yes, more work to do. Oh, so much work to do. But it's gonna be so worth it. Okay, let's head back. Oh, wait. Well, I need to calm down. Let's summarize. Here is the flower shop, all completed, still inhabited by the gang of iron golems. And now it has all these wonderful neighbor buildings. And since the buildings all along the riverfront now are done, it's my job to complete these interiors, pave these streets, and make this whole place clean and presentable. So there's the diagonal street running along the riverfront, and then that street turns the corner where the streetcars are, and turns another corner, and a street runs between the great big blue building and the little cluster of buildings. And then there's another street and an alley, and we still have to do all the interiors for these buildings. Hey, I wonder if Savannah Go is still alive and well. Hello. After all this time, the very first villager that I moved into the city is still alive. That makes me so happy. You know how happy that makes me? All right. Yes, as I was saying, we've got to do the streets and the interiors. I'm going to do the streets first, clean up the environment a little bit around the buildings, and then we're going to tackle those interiors. But you know what? After all of that building I just did, I'm gonna need a good night's rest before I get to work again. So I'm headed to bed early. So refreshing. Okay, first things first, it's a new day. I have all of these shulker boxes still in my inventory. Oh, I have to put all this away. I think just putting these here for now is fine. Right? Yeah, that's okay. My voice. Water. I'm sorry about that. You are a disgusting little man, BubLimeYo. All right, I am pulling out a few blocks here so I can put together a sample of a road for you to see. These blocks are what I've been using in the roads so far in Dakara. Well, there's one road, really, that I've made so far. And the blocks I've chosen are tough, andesite, and cracked stone bricks. I'm sorry about the skulk all over the place. I still haven't cleaned all that mess up. Okie doke, so here's what the road looks like. And, well, it's hard to tell in this lighting. I should have built this outside. But even still, I don't think I like this. No, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put these blocks back. I need to get some different blocks. I want the road out front of these brand new magnificent buildings that we just built together to be something different, something special. So, guys, I don't know what I want to do. Important update. Here's the thing. I forgot something very critical about the roads in this neighborhood, and that is we have to accommodate our streetcars. So here is the streetcar that I built first. This is the official streetcar design that I made myself. You can walk inside it and everything. It has an interior with benches and all that kind of stuff. Well, after I made this one, I made that one over there, which is the same design turned diagonally, which I did, of course, because the street runs diagonally. Well, my process was, I was thinking that I would make the flat streetcar first to work out the design, which I did, and then I would rotate that design diagonally, which I did, and then I was going to destroy the flat streetcar and pick up and move the diagonal streetcar into place in front of these buildings. And so I'm sure you can see how that is not such a great idea. One, because it would be a lot of work to rebuild this diagonal streetcar all over again. And you know how much I hate that. But two, there's not a lot of room in this street front. I mean, the streetcar could fit here, but then how would pedestrians get around it? But you know what? I have a backup plan. Yes, we can leave the streetcars that we have right where they are. Where the diagonal streetcar is, that's going to be one end of our streetcar line. And it's going to run from there all the way to the other end of our diagonal street along the riverfront. And the other streetcar, the flat one, it's going to be parked and being unused. You know, it's over there to be inspected and run maintenance on and such. So the area in between, it can be like a little train yard. A place where passengers can load and unload and the engineers can move the different cars on and off of the tracks. Right? This is going to be perfect. Here is some of my progress so far. You can see the streetcar rail running along the street, and the train yard in between the two streetcars is coming along nicely. I think in the future I might build a shed here for the parked train car, but that's for a future episode. And that is a lot of dirt. Yes, it is. You see, the more I was working on the streetcar rails, the more it dawned on me that in real life, railroad rails and streetcar rails, they often sit on a bed of gravel and dirt and rocks and debris, and they're not really clean, tidy places. They're kind of messy and worn and used. Now, it's not exactly what I envisioned for this special street front. I envisioned something nice and clean and tidy and pretty, but I think this is kind of special. And it's a neat contrast with our beautiful, brilliant, clean, stunning building fronts. I left this gap between these two so that I could have this alleyway. It needs a lot more detail. I've already made a little path, and I have a dumpster here. And around the corner, a big pile of dirt left over from construction. And you see these things here. This is how the dump truck picks up the trash can. Okay, I get carried away. Yes, and along the street here, we have this big retaining wall. And up on the top of that, back there, I'm going to leave that kind of forested and have it be like a park or something. Back down into the concrete jungle. Oh, let me show you this. So, we have this demolished building here with the leftover wall. I put in the side of it a billboard for advertising products. So if you're this guy, you're going to be sad because they don't have any of the things. But if you get the things and you have the things, it makes you happy. And you want to be happy, don't you? So you're going to buy the things. Makes sense to me. And, oh, I forgot some blocks here. And like a so, like a so, like a so, and like a so. There it is. Okay. Where were we? Those are the streets. See, I paved a little path around the corner here. This side is not as interesting. It's the edge of the neighborhood. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this in-between zone yet. I'm still thinking about it. Alrighty. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you hate the dirtiness, the dirty look? I mean, I could change it. You know, I'm keeping it for now because I kind of like it. But if you guys really hate looking at it, I don't know. I don't know. I'm second guessing myself so much right now. It's fine. It's fine. I like it. So I'm considering this complete for the moment. Next phase is the interiors. Hey, guess what? I cleaned up my shulker boxes, and while I was doing that, I came across my poor forgotten armor trims. I stuck them away and never applied them to my armor or anything. So yeah, let's do it. I don't even know what they look like. I've got my boots here. That's the only armor I wear, unless I'm going to the nether or going in the caves, so I want to see what it looks like with my boots. So you stick the thing here, and that there. Okay. Now I like that, but well, let's see what they look like plain first. All right, here's my skin without any boots on. Then you see the bottom of my jeans cuffed, and then the boots. And well, trying to get a close up. Can't really. Let's do it this way. Okay, close-up view. All right, before alteration, let's put it back in the thing. Okay, I've got 2 trims here. Let's see what. Oh, forgot my boots. Let's see what this looks like. That is coast. Let's try wild. Let's try the lapis. Lapis? Green? Blue? Green? Blue? Green? Blue? Green? Let's try coast. And blue coast? You know that blue is awfully dark against the netherite. I like the green. And between the 2 trims, I think I like coast. You know, I think that's what I want it to be. But once you do this, it's final. Okay. Well. Oh wait, you know, there's another shade of blue. We could use diamond. Okay, I've got a diamond. And there's the diamond blue. You can certainly see it better against the netherite. I prefer it over the lapis. But what about emerald? They're almost the same. Oh, so many choices. Do I want to spend a diamond though? Because an emerald is almost nothing. Spend an emerald and it's not a big deal. Ugh, okay, make a choice, make a choice, make a choice. And I did it. Ooh, crafting a new look. Let's put them on. Let's do it. Hey, that is spiffy. Isn't that really something? I want to do more now. Ooh, guys, I almost messed up. I was gonna use my other coast trim, and then I just in the nick of time remembered that you can duplicate these with diamonds. So I went to duplicate them, and I barely had enough diamonds to do it once. So I dropped all of that, and I did some quick diamond mining. Now I've got about 3-4 stacks. All my poor tools are almost broken, and now I can duplicate them. Okay, we are safe to do some more armor trimming. You like my look? You like it? Please tell me you like it. Ooh, what a stunning skyline. Oh, I'm in love. Now I have a turtle shell helmet here, trimmed out in purple, amethyst. Okay, and I know I've got some armor around here that I could use for trimming. I wanna see what this looks like. Oh, gotta sleep. So, what's first? Let's try the gold. And what can we trim it with? Quartz maybe? No quartz? No quartz? Okay, I have quartz ore. Ooh, white with gold, that's nice. What's next? Let's take this leather and make it, pink and then light blue. That's a nice color. Let's try the lapis on this shade of blue. Which one? Which one? I like it. Oh, I love this so much. This is like playing dress up. Okay, I really have to stop now. I have gotten way sidetracked. We're over here on the opposite side of the river from the city. Oh, look at that skyline. Oh, our lovely creations. Gotta soak up them skyline views any chance you can get, ain't it the truth? Now I have a mini game for us to play together. Right over here is the mini game, but first, let's take a look in this book. So, in here, I have a list of 9 different establishments that you might see in the entertainment district. We have a comedy club, some apartments, a bank, an advertising agency, a dentist, an espresso bar, a hair salon, a restaurant, and an observatory even. 9 different businesses, but more importantly, 9 different interiors. Now step up to the line here and take note that there are 9 numbered signs hanging beneath the gangplank that the villager is walking across. The objective of this game is to get that useless nitwit villager to help us determine the order in which we will build our interiors. This is gonna be a one-sided snowball fight. I'm gonna lob this snowball at the villager nitwit, and whichever space he winds up on after he scrambles, that will give us our number. And the number will determine which interior to build next. So let's get squared up here. We want our feet right on the line, not over. No cheating. And then, yeah. Okay, there they go. And nope, still going. Oh, what? You can't do that. It has to be just one. Do it again. Do it again. There you go. Okay, 4. Our first interior is number 4. What is it? What is it? That is the advertising agency. Ooh. This one is going to go inside this building. The whole building. And since this building looks like an old-timey department store, at least it does to me, I'm imagining that the ad agency bought it, cleaned it out, removed everything and renovated it, and left behind just this big set of scales for weighing large packages. I like to make up these little stories while I'm building. It's not silly. We have 3 floors inside this building. Top floor is going to be a meeting space. Second floor is for office desks. And on the bottom floor, I'm going to make an exhibition hall where the advertising agency shows off its most prized designs. This won't hurt him, by the way. It's just snowballs, okay? It's not gonna hurt the villager. It's just gonna annoy him a little bit. And anyways, he volunteered to do this. I swear. All right, buddy, which one's next? Bink, bonk, bink, bonk, bonk. 9? Okay, number 9. No, not you. The observatory, yay! Yes, that's right, an observatory. And this building is perfect for it. Behind this door is a set of stairs leading up to this great big open room. In here, I'm going to make a giant telescope for deep space viewing. And here it is. Just going to add a workspace around for the researchers using the telescope. And on this building, no roof. That's so we can see the telescope really clearly while we're flying over the building. Well, we can always imagine there's a glass roof there, of course. Now, the bottom floor I seem to have forgotten about, so I'm going to wing it. It needs to be some kind of shop. I made a little clothes shop, a boutique. Hey, say, what happened to those armor trims we made? That's the perfect place for them. We have an interrupter here. Just stay out of my way. All right, number 3. Go. No. I said stay out of the way. Hey. Not cool. Not cool. You don't wanna. All right, number 3. There they go. Ding. Number 2. Number 2 is the apartments. We can do that. Apartments. Okay. This entire building here is where the apartments are going to go. Ground floor is the lobby. Pretty nice in here. And the thing I'm most excited to build here is this elevator idea. It's a loft-style elevator. Like you see in old warehouse and factory buildings, those elevators that are exposed and all clunky and you can see in them, they're like a cage. Yeah, that's what I've attempted to make here. I need to add one little detail to finish the job. And there it is, an exposed lift mechanism. Now, for the apartments themselves, let's see if we can make them stand apart from each other. If they all have the same design, it wouldn't really look like apartments. It would look more like a hotel. That's looking good. Yeah, each one looks personalized to whoever lives there. Isn't this fun? I think this is so fun. Oh, he's all alone now. Okay, what's the 4th one? Yep, I should have set up a sound effect for this. What's it gonna be? Trace. Number 3 is the bank. I'm gonna let you take a guess. Which building do you think the bank will be? This one? This one? That's a good guess. Yeah? Do you have it? All right, it's this one. I mean, come on, look at this place. It's got the vaulted roof, and it's all elegant and rich looking on the outside. I don't know. Okay, so for this one, we need a vault, right? And there's not much else we need in here, not much space for much else. But, maybe a desk where the patrons of the bank can meet with the banker. And there it is. That's lovely. Oh, wait, the floor. Oh, shoot. And there it is. The floor is done. An elegant design. We need it to fit such a rich institution as this one. Alrighty. What was that? Am I seeing things? What? Oh. It's just a mob party. Alright, dude. Get a life. Here we go. No, we did number 9. I'm not standing over the line, am I? Okay, I'm gonna scoot over here. Go. Number 8. Let's see. Number 8 is the restaurant. Okay. Let's dig into this interior. The restaurant is going to go here. Now it's tight in here, but we can still tell a story with this interior. Pop this door here. It's the kitchen door. And I have the perfect dining table. A skulk catalyst. See, we don't even have to add anything else to it. It's already got this fancy tablecloth setting. Maybe some candles, chairs, a chandelier, and there you go. See, you don't need lots of space. And outside the restaurant, I'm gonna make a fancy entrance. We have some room to add things, and I know what I want to add. One of those covered walkways that you see on entrances to ritzy buildings. That's so nice. And we have a little fountain garden right outside here too. And if you walk through the restaurant, it puts you out on this street back here. Now, so far we've done the ad agency, the observatory, the apartments, the bank, the restaurant. Which one are we going to do next? Here he goes. He's on a rampage. Number 1, the comedy club. Ooh, yes, I'm excited for this one. Alrighty. We have our next multi-purpose building. The comedy club is gonna go in this one, the beautiful Quartz building. But it's only going to go on one of these floors, the top floor. We need a stage, a mic, some seats, some moody lighting. Ooh, I really like the skylight in here. Let's wait until nighttime. I feel like that's when this venue would be alive and active. That's certainly better. It's the perfect spot for an open mic. We always need some more nighttime entertainment around here. I mean, it is the entertainment district after all. 6 out of 9, doing just fine. Get out of my face, man. I need more snowballs. Yeah. All right, restocked. Here we go. Miss. Got him. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. We've done number 4. Give me a new one. Give me a new one. Not number 9, right? Yeah, we did these. We need a dentist, espresso bar, hair salon. And we did those 2. Yep, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, we did 1 through 4 and 8 and 9. So we need 5, 6, or 7. Oh. So close. Try again. Now you're way cold. Here we go. We got 1. 6. 6 is espresso bar. Well, funny enough, it's also inside the Quartz building, down here on the ground floor. Well, we're gonna need some coffee things. Cocoa beans, melon seeds, looks like grounds of coffee. What else? Coal blocks, black concrete powder, you know, you got your whole bean and your ground. Also we'll need an espresso machine. I'm gonna use some copper, waxed, straight up. And there is the espresso bar. Let's add some seating in here. I went for the comfy couch look. I think that sets the mood for this space really well. Folks, we've got just 2 to go. Let's see. You would like a turn? No? All right. You know the drill. Smack. And this is gonna be hard. We've knocked most of these off the board. Come on. Yeah. Dude, you're like right on the edge. We need a 5 or a 7. Really? Right between them? Okay. What is your deal? Maybe I shouldn't have gotten a nitwit to do this job. Oh, and I'm out of snowballs. Where did you go? Oh, okay. Dang it! Dang it! Yeah. Oh, now you don't even want to play. That's right. Come on. And it looks like it's gonna be number 7, everybody. All right, next up is the hair salon. We don't have to throw any more snowballs since all we have left is the dentist, so we'll finish with that. For the hair salon, I've got this ultra-modern house to work with, but it won't be a house anymore. It's gonna be a business now. We also need a barber's chair, complete with the lift mechanism to make it go up and down. Now here, this is awfully convenient. The crafting bench and this tool bench, the weapon one, we used it for armor trims earlier. It works out so nice here. These faces that we have poking out here, they each have like shears and trimmers and scissors and stuff on them. It's perfect for cutting hair. And up here, some bottles of shampoo. And over on this wall, some hair dyes and a sink for washing hair. And then this here, it's one of those vintage hair drying machines, the kind with the big glass cone that comes down over your head and dries your hair. All right, there's the salon. Oh, and over here in this little corner, I tucked in a little waiting room. That's nice. All right, and that means, my angels, we have one final interior, and this whole new neighborhood transformation will be complete. Now, we filled all of these buildings on this lot, and we filled this building, and this building, and we have the flower shop down there, so that leaves one place. The second story of this building. And what's our final interior? The dentist. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about the dentist, but I'm one of those weird people that actually likes going to the dentist. I like having my teeth cleaned, and I like getting the little free baggie of goodies at the end with the little flosses and the toothpastes and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm strange. Now, all dentist offices need at least 2 rooms, a waiting room where patients wait and an exam room. And here we are on our way to our dentist appointment. If you travel up the elevator here, it doesn't matter which one you choose because they both will put you out in the waiting room. Here it is. See, you don't want the elevator putting you out in the exam room. I mean, that would be a breach of patient confidentiality, right? Wouldn't it? Okay, so in our waiting room, we have lots of seating. We have a table here. We have magazines for the patients to read while they wait. And a little check-in place where you can write your name down and when you signed in. And then here's the door where the dentist steps out and calls you into their exam room. You go in here. We have the exam chair and all the stuff that you would see in a dentist office. You've got the exam light and some tables where they put their tools and the things that they stick in your mouth to work on your teeth. And over here, some cabinets where they can keep their gauze and the little stuff that they put in the goodie bags that they give you at the end of your appointment. All right, we have one more thing to add to our dentist office, but it's not on the inside. It's going to be on the outside of the building. Take a look at that. What do you see? It's a tooth and a toothbrush, brushing the tooth. It's a little sign for the dentist office to advertise where their office is. Wow, we actually did it. I hope you all enjoyed playing this Whack-A-Villager minigame. I had a blast. I got a real chuckle out of it. I'm gonna leave this guy out here. Maybe he'll survive. Who knows? This could become a dedicated minigame area in the city. Should I add villagers? I just built all these buildings, made all these interiors. It only feels right to have actual citizens living here now. Oh, but do I want to do all of that additional work? I don't know. All right, I've got a pretty efficient villager breeding setup here, so I'm confident in my ability to keep producing villagers. So let's see if I can successfully move a whole gang of these over to our new neighborhood. Okay, we made it. Now what's my plan? I don't have a plan. I genuinely don't have a plan of what to do with these villagers. I just only thought as far as getting them here. So I guess I'll just set them free and see what they want to do. I'm taking a big chance here that when I break this boat, they all just run back to the other side of the city. But oh well, here goes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I've had the time of my life building for you today. Please like and subscribe. I hope all of you will join me next time when we're together again in the city of Dakara. I'm doing it. Here goes. They're looking for jobs, looking for beds. You're going the wrong way. This is exactly what I knew should have happened. Why didn't I expect anything else? Oh, I can't believe this. I will see you in the next one.